Okay, in this video I'm going to talk about killing them with kindness. Now those of us who are older, I'm not sure about the younger people, have probably heard this most of our life, is when there's an issue to kill them with kindness. And it was so often said that I remember growing up was to kill people with kindness. Now, it's kind of one of those things when maybe for me it was, that I didn't really pay attention to the words, but I knew the connotation kind of thing. Or maybe it was the opposite. When you're young, you probably heard somebody called a dirty heifer. How many people really thought about it when you were a kid, what that actually meant? Or don't have a cow, heard somebody say don't have a cow. How many thought of it, what it really meant when you were young? So I think killing with kindness is kind of a little bit that way, in a way. Okay, in the video I just made, I think I'm going to have a title as it's the different ways people handle situations, or something along that line. But it's there anyway. I mentioned the differences between sociologists and psychologists. It was a generalization. My opinion is that sociologists tend to move toward a situation to handle it, and themselves they move toward it. And psychologists, counselors, in certain situations they teach the person to move away from it, like when there's a toxic person or some kind of abuse along that line, they may do that. Now this is generalization. That doesn't mean one size fits all, because one size does not fit all. Okay, now I tend to move toward the issue myself, unless it's something that I feel is so bad that I have to go no contact with, or it's dangerous that I feel it is. I'm not a martyr for a cause, so. But that's because my master's degree is in sociology, and although I have degrees in both psychology and sociology, I tend to do more from a sociological perspective. Okay, I've had to make part of this video over, but this is not any kind of counseling or advice. I'm not a healthcare professional or provider. Read the disclaimer in the description box below this video on YouTube, and it's just my opinion, and some people may disagree with it. But to me, the killing with kindness is more of a bless your little heart thing. And I think some people understand that as a Southern thing, that if somebody says bless your heart, there's a lot of sarcasm behind it, and it goes beyond that. But I think that kind of sums it all up. Well, for some, they say it more as you're looking at that person thinking they're an idiot. Okay. And that explaining or anything is going to go over their head. They're not going to get it. But it's in a way, it's also, to me, as a sociologist, it's kind of a bit of the gray rock at the same time. Okay, actually to me that is gray rock. But as a sociologist, it's really not showing an emotion, not giving them anything to get their supply. These toxic people, to get their supply, their need to really aggravate somebody. And so some people don't understand that's what you're saying when you say, oh, bless your little heart, or something along that line. They feel like, oh, you're on their side or something like that, when you're nothing. You're feeling more in your head, this is an idiot. I'm dealing with an idiot here. And it's not going to make any difference no matter what I say. But I have noticed lately I've been doing this with people, especially people who, there was like a situation where I needed to get a message to the person who's in charge of something. And it wasn't anything like real bad or anything. It was just a question. And the gatekeeper, I'm going to call her the gatekeeper, she wanted to take it on her own authority when she was not. She was, say, a front desk person. And she wanted to do the thing of like a flying monkey. And the situation did not call for that or anything. And I could see that her aggression, instead of assertiveness, she was aggressive. And that she was the gatekeeper, and that she was going to say something as if she was the authority figure, and as if she's protecting somebody. The same thing. But I found myself doing the killing with kindness it was more of a playing with her sense of authority, yet at the same time letting her know that I still wanted the message to get to the correct person. And I did it in a light manner, like a light, just a light, kind of cheerful manner. And it confused her because I believe she expected me to come back as aggressive, like as if she's wanting a fight. She's wanting to say she is this person when she's not, but she was looking for a fight, and I wasn't giving it to her. Okay, so it messed with her, confused her, because apparently that's what she was used to, like I said. Okay, and for me, it really helped me to see that this was working. It worked, because at the end of it, she kind of, I threw her off her track, and she kind of, like, a little bit of a giggle, okay, because I know, like I said, she was expecting more. She was expecting a fight. She was expecting to, then she could go to that person and say, this person did that, but there was none of that. So there was no chance for her, she could make it up and lie, but yeah, it confused her. So anyway, I'm going to get confusing if I continue, but yeah, this is something that's on my mind, and I'll maybe do more on it on another day. Anyway, talk to y'all later.